Hey! Okay, everybody. Sorry about that. I had to fix some things and do some things and thingamabob some kajiggers, and we're good to go now. Here we go. So here we are. We are ready to stream for tonight. Welcome to the Late Night Pixel Fight. I am your host, Pokey. This is my co-host, Mr. Snick. Hello, Mr. Snick. Hey, where is everyone? Says Indiana. Did you not get the text earlier? That Family Game Night got shut off because two of us had migraines. Yeah, well, I don't anymore, but my mom still does. And so we are postponing it to next week. Indiana. I did put that out in a thing earlier. Frankly, I don't want to mess with my phone because I just barely have it connected. So, I figured out what happened last night when Piper and I were doing versus mode. I figured out why the stream died. Because the computer died, and I can blame it on George W. Bush. Now, go with me on this journey. My computer overheated. Okay? When I was building the streaming studio that you see, okay, that I'm streaming from, I was building it in January. And it was nice and cold in January, and electronics work better when it's cold. So, I figured, because I'm on a fixed income and I have to plan my budget kind of months in advance, I figured I can afford to wait until May to buy an air conditioner for this office. I really need to buy two air conditioners, one for the living room and one for the office, but it's a whole thing. Anyway, thinking it's not going to get too hot in March or April. Well, sure enough, it's been 80 degrees all week, and that computer, my streaming computer, is sitting under my desk in an enclosed area, and it's a laptop. And it overheated, and it exploded. And it didn't explode, it just overheated and shut down, because that's what computers do when they get too hot. Now, how can I blame this on George W. Bush, you say? Well, it didn't used to be 80 degrees in April, did it? No, that's climate change. This is the localized effect of climate change known as global warming, but it's still climate change. And George W. Bush was the one who, after the Clinton administration had beefed up EPA regulations, deregulated it and started fracking and all kinds of stuff, which, if he had kept up the Clinton initiatives and kept things going and worked harder, we could be well on our way to combating climate change by now. But he didn't, so it's hot in April, and I can blame my computer dying on George W. Bush. You with me on this logic? Okay, good to know. So, let us get the stream going. Also, I did notice that the computer will overheat if it has to do too much, right? The switch puts out a 1080p signal through my capture card, which the computer has to encode and then stream out. And that overheated the computer after a little while. The Sega Genesis, with my adapter, puts out a 720p signal. That's like 300 less P's, you guys. So the computer doesn't have to encode so many P's, so it does not going to overheat. I've actually not tested this theory, but theoretically it should work. I'm hoping. So, I've got my controller, and what game am I going to be playing? I'm just going to be throwing down some Sega games, because I'm not going to be streaming for very long, because I'm tired, and I do still have kind of a headache. I've got the Pokey, I've got a Mr. Schneck, I've got my stream chat, I've got real nectar of the gods. Oh, it is so, and it's cold. Oh, that feels so good. Oh, yes, it's cold and running down my forehead. This is for my ASMR homies. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, I shaved the mustache, but I kept the beard and sideburns. I'm going for the Scotsman look. What do you guys think? before I jump into the game that I'm going to start with tonight. Also, please say something in the chat because I have to do it on my phone. Part of not overheating my computer is I'm not running anything on the computer that I don't have to run. So right now, the only program my computer is running is the OBS. To try and save on processor cycles. So, I'm watching the phone on my stream, or I'm watching the stream chat on my phone, which is on a 3G connection. So please talk in the chat. Okay, looks good, says Indiana. Good. Okay, I thank you for that. I agree. I think it looks good as well. Unfortunately, nothing I can do about this, but my head hair is brown and my facial hair is red. Thank you, genetics. Anyway, onward. Let's see. What should I play? I have no idea what I'm gonna play. I'm just gonna pick one at random here. Wait, can you do that? No, it won't let you pick one at random. Dang, that'd be kind of cool though if it would. Say something in Scotsman. Oi, I can say Scottish if you need me to. Oi, I can be Scottish. Bring me a ship. No, not a boat. A ship. One that goes by. Scotsman. Scotsman clad in kilt left the bar one evening fair. One could tell by how he walked that he drunk more than his share. He fumbled round until he could no longer keep his feet. He stumbled off into the grass to sleep beside the street. A ring-ding-diddle-diddle-I-O, ring-da-diddle-I-O. He stumbled off into the grass to sleep beside the street. About that time two young and lovely girls just happened by. One says to the other with a twinkle in her eye, "See yon sleeping Scotsman, so strong and handsome build. I wonder if it's true what they don't wear beneath their kilt. A ring-ding-diddle-diddle-I-O, ring-da-diddle-I-O. I wonder if it's true what they don't wear beneath their kilt." Well, the Scotsman they crept up on that sleeping Scotsman quiet as could be, and lifted up his kilt about an inch so they could see. And there, behold, for them to view beneath his Scottish skirt, 'twas nothing more than God had graced him with upon his birth. A ring-ding-diddle-diddle-I-O, ring-da-diddle-I-O. 'Twas nothing more than God had graced him with upon his birth. They marvelled for a moment, then one said, "We must be gone. Let's leave a present for our friend before we move along." As a gift they left a blue silk ribbon tied into a bow. Around the bonny shaft the Scots kilt did lift and show. A ring-ding-diddle-diddle-I-O, ring-da-diddle-I-O. Around the bonny shaft the Scots kilt did lift and show. Well, the Scotsman woke to nature's call and stumbled towards a tree. He lifted up his kilt about an inch, and he gawks at what he sees. Let's see. And in a startled voice he says to what's before his eyes, "Och lad, I don't know where you been, but I see you won first prize." A ring-ding-diddle-diddle-I-O, ring-da-diddle-I-O. "Och lad, I don't know where you been, but I see you won first prize." God, I can't believe I remember that whole song. Oh God, I can't believe I sang that whole song on stream. Let's just throw down some Castlevania, just for funsies. I'll be Eric Lacard. He's French. What did you think of my song, Indiana? Let us play the game. To beat no to Scotsman! Haha! Yes! Wow, this guy is just wrecking stuff. Wait, what just happened? I'm sewing over here. You're gaming and singing partially explicit Scottish shanties? Yes. They're not really explicit so much as they just happen to mention a penis in passing. The Scotsman clad in kills. Yes. Ooh, this is a cool looking game. Yep, it's Castlevania Bloodlines for the Sega Genesis. It's kind of a hard one to actually find the cartridge for. I mean, this guy is like probably the most badass Frenchman in gaming, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if that says something about gaming or the French. I died! This giant wolf fire thingy killed me. Is that all he's gonna do? Yes! Oh, it's the sugar, and Papa likes the sugar. These guys are all gonna stand up, yeah. Wall chicken! So, Indiana, how has your day been today? I am not doing well. Remember, I used to play this game a lot. I used to be good at this game. I was never very good with the Frenchman, though. Alright, Weird but good. I missed a dose of my meds and it made me feel off, so definitely making sure that does not happen again. Got my cat new food to mix in dry food. She ate the new and is now eating the other food last, the little poop. I know that feel! We took Piper to see a movie today in Smithfield. We went and saw How to Train Your Dragon Hidden World. Short version? It ain't bad. It's not great. It ain't bad. Made me cry. I ain't gonna lie. It's a good ending. Ooh, my thing is on fire. Too bad I'm about to die. Well, that's it. Game over for me. Haha. Did I find a way to cheese this boss? I rewatched Bridge to Terabithia yesterday and remember why I didn't want to watch it unless I was highly caffeinated. The ending, oh god. Yeah, no, I won't watch that movie. I've heard bad things about the ending. Yes! Stage 1 cleared. I'm really sad that Game of Thrones is coming to an end. This is the final season. But part of being a good story is knowing when something has to end. And it's good that it's ending, even though I'll be sad and I'll miss it. Like, spoilers for a, what is it, 15-year-old movie at this point, but doesn't the little girl die in the end of Bridge to Terabithia? Oh, no, I need to not be fighting, I need to be running. Nope. Yeah, in the most unexpected way, never see it coming, hit you like a train. You and I should totally watch the movie Sunshine together. It's one of those movies that's really good, but kind of loses its mind in the third act. But I love it all the more because of it. See, this boss doesn't actually attack you. The trick is you have to kill him before the water gets high enough to kill you. This would be a lot easier if I had a... I'm looking forward to Turbo Kid 2. Turbo Kid? I don't remember Turbo Kid. Ow. Oh, freaking bird! If you have not yet seen the first Turbo Kid, it's literally probably my favorite movie of all time now. Okay, I will look it up. Crap, crap, crap. I don't think this is gonna be enough. Woo! I got lucky. I don't care what I have to do. I have friends in Hollywood. I want to go to the pre-release screening. Dude, seriously, you should do that. Yes! The Frenchman lives! I love the movie. I will do another one! Ow! Oh, what the fudge! I love the movie. I will do charity work, clean toilets, the whole shebang to go to the screening. You totally should. That would be fun. If I had any money at all, I would go with you. That sounds like it would be fun. I would love to see California. I've never been there. Let's play. No, it's Japan. The Gauntlet arcade version. Give them the old 1, 2, and maybe some 3, 4. And if you can't see them, try focus into 4 or 5. I do. Look, it's the original Gauntlet. Do I want to be the elf, the wizard, the Valkyrie, or the warrior? I'll be the Valkyrie. Find exit to level. Hold fire button to shoot, release fire button to move.
Welcome.
Collect magic potion before pressing magic.
Treasure 120. Go to open doors. Ow.
Food. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Aha! bottlenecking. It works. Kill. Aha! Exit to 8.
Sometimes, I just scent marked my cat with armpit sweat. Not sure if she's happy about it or not.
Sometimes she licks my armpits, so yeah? Yeah, I'm trying to fight grunts.
Now has extra dot
Some walls may be destroyed. Seriously, dudes, what the heck? Aha! Limited invisibility! Nice.
visibility.
Beautiful. Those black and red things look like shrimps on a platter. Yeah, this is the arcade version of Gauntlet. Use magic to kill death.
Very potent for later use.
Okay. Magic potions affect everything on the screen. Okay, or there's the exit to the next level. You know what? Let's do this.
Gauntlet Scare Tactic Edition.
God, I used to play this game so much in the arcades when I was little. Ah! Shooting a potion has a lesser effect. Okay. Oh, I found the wine.
They look like velociraptors and pointed towards the left. This game is great for the imagination.
Yup.
Remember, don't eat food.
Some food destroyed by shots. I don't know how to insert a coin. I am Hab. No. Alright. I'm just, honestly, tonight don't have a plan. I'm just sort of putzing around. Let's play some NBA Jam. I had this game when I was little, and I was super good at it, and I used to play it with my buddy Kasim all the time. And I remember Kasim had to move away when I was like 15. He had to move back to Chicago or something. He was moving way up north. And I was never going to see him again because at the time there was no cell phones and there was no email and stuff. And anyway, I got his copy of NBA Jam. Well, it was my copy of NBA Jam. But he let me play it, or I was playing it, and he wanted to play it, and I spent like a week just taking the stuff and beating it over and over and over to the point where like I could beat it by just enough points that I knew at what place I'd get, first, second, or third. And I was able to tie it in and get... Boom! Anyway, basically, I got the entire high score to read Remember Me, and then my name. That's how good I was at NBA Jam. And if I remember correctly, there's actually a cheat code where you can play as Bill Clinton. Like, I think you have to enter ARK as your name. How did he make that?
From downtown. No good.
Oh, he hit me with his elbow, Chief. Dang it.
No rejected.
But yeah, you can put in your initials as ARK, and then I think you have to hit A. Do-do-do.
For two, grab the rebound wide open. Grab the rebound. Yeah.
Why aren't you dunking, man?
For two. He's heating up.
He's heating up.
Head fake. For two, grab the rebound.
Oh yeah, booyah, 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 booyah. Woo-hoo!
Rejected.
What?
He's heating up.
God, it's been forever. Like the first time I played NBA Jam in probably,
For two.
God, 22 years. was when I played it the other night during versus mode.
For two. Grabs the rebound. Jams it in.
I didn't jam it in. I laid it up.
No good.
No!
He's heating up.
They've tied the game. Miss it, miss it, miss it, miss it, miss it.
Boom, shakalaka.
Ah, close. Okay, halftime. After this game, I'll see if I can get the cheat code to work. I think you can actually put in the initials TEN as well to be Al Gore. So, like, you could actually have Bill Clinton and Al Gore in the game.
Boom, shakalaka. He's heating up.
Yes! You get dunked on!
For two. No good.
He's on fire!
Intercepted.
Boop!
He's on fire. Wide open. Grabs the rebound for two.
Ha! Watch this. Woohoo!
He's on fire.
No, 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 no! Ah, son of a gun! He took away my on fireness.
Yes.
If you get enough dunks while you're on fire, you'll actually break the freaking backboard. It'll shatter into pieces. It's really cool, actually.
Win. Puts up a brick. No good. Oh my.
Yes!
Head fake. Yeah.
I'm up by 9! 11!
From downtown.
Really?
Grabs the rebound.
Better throw it up. Nope.
No good.
I love how they actually give coaching tips and stuff. It's cool. Is that Bugsy Malone? It's Lannister and Thomas. I'm Scottie Pippen and somebody Grant. I wonder why they don't have Jordan in here.
Wide open. Win.
Really?
No good.
Spinny dunk. Boom! Boom! I forgot.
Wide open. Grabs the rebound. For two. Yeah. Puts up a brick.
How is that? Puts up a brick, swish.
Grabs the rebound. Head fake. Boom. Shakalaka.
boy, he is just really good at that.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, there we go.
He's heating up.
He's heating up! Nope. You failed at failing. Boom! Yes! I broke the goal!
That's a bug.
Nice! I shattered it! I dunked it so hard I broke the backboard. That was fun. Stompy, stompy. Yeah, okay, let's see what I can do with the... Okay, A, R, no, that didn't do it. Oh well, I'll play a different game. I don't remember exactly how to get it to work. That was good times, good times. I'm just glad I broke the goal, man. That was cool. Alright, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles The Hyperstone Heist. This one's fun. This is basically they had to change the name because of the because Turtles in Time was like a registered Nintendo thing. But this is basically Turtles in Time, so... Attack, jump, dash, okay. Anime or comic? Do I want the animated colors or the comic colors? I'll go with the animated colors. Let's get show! Scene 1, New York City. This is basically not the arcade game. Or at least not the second arcade, not the first arcade game. Oh, you know what I should totally do? I should totally see if I can find an NES and play like the original Nintendo version of Turtles. Because I used to be really good at that game, even though it was like super punishing. Indiana, were you a Turtles fan? Pizza time! I remember these things being hard to hit. There we go. Yes, with limited knowledge, lol. That's what I like about this game, with Turtles in Time for the SNES, which I'll be honest, it's basically the same game. But like with Turtles in Time with the SNES, you can choose between the cartoon coloring or like the original comic book colors. Like, the original Eastman and Laird comics were dark and gritty, right? They were actually supposedly a spin-off on Daredevil, originally. Like, the Turtles were originally a spin-off on Daredevil comics, which is kind of odd when you think about it, because if they're going to be in a comics universe, you'd think they'd be in the Marvel universe, since they're part of Daredevil, and they take place in New York. But the only game they've showed up in that has to do with, the most recent game that has to do with comics characters that I can think of that the Turtles have showed up in has been in Injustice: Gods Among Us, which is all about DC characters. So like, you can actually play as the Ninja Turtles fighting against like Batman and stuff. It's actually kind of cool. Like, they actually show up as part of the storyline. They have like cool intros and stuff. I haven't played them, but I've seen some of it. I thought about getting Injustice, actually. Like, I could pick up the first one for pretty cheap now. For my 360. Ow! Quit punching me! I'm Donatello! I'm smarter than all of you! Also, aren't you robots? Jesus, it's hot. This cave is creepy! You live in the sewers, man! Man. I hope I can kill them all before I die. Hope I can find some pizza. Oh, really? Thought I got out of the way. Boom! 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 That was the special spinny bomb pizza. But like, you remember the first Ninja Turtle, the first live-action Turtles movie? The one from like '89, I think. It was super dark and like gritty. And like, at one point, the bad guys beat Raphael into a coma, right? Like, I'm not kidding. They literally beat him into a coma. It was based way more on the comics than the cartoon show, but they kept the personalities from the cartoon show, which I think was a great choice, because it allowed him to have adult storylines. But it's the Turtles that you know and love. Because in the original comics, the Turtles were very much grim and gritty and tortured and why am I a mutant and stuff. They weren't fun-loving. Or at least not at first. Hell, the first Turtles comic was in black and white. Like, the whole point was that you couldn't tell them apart. That was part of what made them ninjas, was that you couldn't tell which was which except by the weapon they chose to use. Oh yeah, dude, in the first Turtles movie, like, the plot goes, April O'Neil reports on a crime wave and then gets assaulted in a subway and rescued by the Turtles, right? And during that rescue, Raphael loses one of his two sides. Anyway, so she gets told to back off because it's the Foot Clan behind the robberies. And she refuses, right? Which gets her assaulted again, this time by the Foot Clan. And this time, the turtles knock her out, or they knock her out, and the turtles rescue her. And Raphael gets his sai back, but then she gets taken up to the turtles' lair, right? So after she gets taken to the turtles' lair, she learns their backstory. She learns who they are. She freaks out for a bit, but then it's fine. Then they all go to her apartment where they're having fun and doing stuff. And while they're at her apartment, Raphael gets in a fight with Leonardo, decides he's going to go see a movie. So he goes out and he goes to see a movie and he winds up meeting Casey Jones, and actually they fight each other and it's pretty cool. Anyway, after that, they're back in the apartment having fun, and he's mad. You are too immature to hang with me. Okay, sure, man. How about I just beat you up? Anyway, so they're hanging out at April's apartment, and the Foot Clan attack. But they don't attack at the apartment at first. See, Raphael gets in another fight with Leonardo, heads up north to do some like ninja kick moves to blow off some steam, and freaking the Foot Clan attacks him, and he fights them off by himself for a while, but they overwhelm him with numbers and literally beat him into a coma. And the first time that the turtles meet the Foot Clan at April's apartment is when they throw Raphael's unconscious body through the ceiling on top of them and set the place on fire. So they win the fight, and April learns she got fired, and they go out to April's thing, and then there's ninja magic for some reason, because Splinter appears to them as a Force ghost, and like Leonardo loses his mind for a few minutes, and then they head back up, and they're like, let's fight, and then it all turns out cool in the end. I've been beaten by a bunch of teenage turtles. No, you've been beaten by a single teenage turtle. Oh yeah, no, that movie is dark. Like, then they get up to the final battle. They beat the Foot Clan, and on the roof they face the Shredder. And the Shredder just takes them all down, one by one. Leonardo goes down, Donatello goes down, Raphael, Michelangelo, they all go down. And then at this point, Splinter's been kidnapped. And Shredder says he killed him. And so Leonardo loses his cool, charges at him, gets disarmed, and the Shredder's like, has his sword to Leonardo's throat and says, throw your weapons down or I'll kill him. And they do, right? And he goes, you fools, the three of you could have overpowered me with the loss of but one. Now you will all share his fate, right? And they only beat him because Master Splinter managed to escape. Dang it. And get there just in time to distract Shredder for them to like beat him by accident. And then freaking at the end of it, they knock Shredder off the roof and into a trash compactor, and Casey Jones literally straight murks the motherfucker by turning on the trash compactor and just murdering the dude, like straight up crushes him to death. Yeah, no, that movie's way darker than you remember it. Like, the turtles cuss in that movie. It's dark. But, like, it ends with literal murder, you know? I've never seen that movie. What are you talking about? I've not seen that a million friggin' times. So, in a movie for children, based off of the most popular cartoon of the day, we have muggings, fights between rival ninja clans, beating people into a coma, house fires, sex jokes, curse words, and in the end, the bad guy gets literally crushed in a trash compactor by one of the good guys. Like, it wasn't even his own doing. Yeah, he sort of knocked himself off the roof, but Casey Jones didn't have to very obviously push the button and say, oops, and crush the Shredder's skull. Like, and it shows the skull getting crushed. Like, it shows the helmet getting smushed down with the skull inside it, with like red shit leaking out. That movie is way darker than people realize. Ow! that movie was so dark that in the second one, the second movie, they actually did a thing where they had to, they actually were forced by, like, the government to not, because the government, the MPAA basically said that they would give the movie an R rating if they ever used their weapons at any point. So at no point in the second movie do they ever use their actual weapons, except for one scene where April picks up Michelangelo's nunchucks and is like, I know how to use these, and Michelangelo shows her how to use them, but he uses sausages instead. I mean, Ninja Turtles was created as a kind of a parody of Daredevil, which at the time that Ninja Turtles the comic was made, Eastman and Laird, the guys who did the comic, were sick of Daredevil basically being, you know, Catholic guilt, the comic book. Freaking rock monster, man! So they like created the grimmest and grittiest comic ever. Like the stupidest origin story they could come up with, right? Mutant turtles who are also teenagers, and they made it like as dark and as gritty and as tortured as it could possibly be, as a parody of Daredevil comics at the time. Because Daredevil's supposed to be the man without fear, but he was just this awful dude back in the 80s and 90s. I may know a little bit too much about Ninja Turtles, now that I think about it. I may have just waxed eloquently about Ninja Turtles for like 15 solid minutes, but that's cool, right? That's why you tune into these streams. You never know what you're going to see. So, like, this is the dinosaur cave that is in Turtles in Time, but it's not called the dinosaur cave. Like, in Turtles in Time, the first level is Big Apple, 3 a.m., but this one is just New York City. It's basically the same game. They changed a couple of art assets around, but it's the same game. And it's fine. This game is just as fun as Turtles in Time. The same animations, same turtles. Actually, I think this game plays a little smoother than the Super Nintendo version, too. Pizza time! It's pizza time! But since the Ninja Turtles showed up in the Injustice universe, which is an offshoot of the main DC Comics universe, this is where I'm just going to put on my nerd hat and run with it for a minute. Ninja Turtles also had another crossover. They had a crossover with the Power Rangers back in the day. Literally, the Power Rangers in space crossed over with the Ninja Turtles live-action TV show, The Next Mutation. So does that mean the Power Rangers are also in the DC Comics universe? And since DC and Marvel have crossed over a bunch of different times in the comics, does that mean that the Turtles are in the Marvel Comics universe as well? Like, it's been stated in the actual lore that the Earth in the main Marvel universe is called Earth 616. Hey, it's Bebop and Rocksteady. You look delicious. I'm hungry for some turtle soup. But anyway, there's all kinds of crossovers that have happened. So because in the main Marvel universe, right, the Earth that everything happens on is called Earth 616, right? And that is actually known to be part of the multiverse of the DC Comics, because they cross over a lot, right? Now, they don't cross over often. It's like there's some weird stuff that has to happen. But what I'm trying to say is, where's my Ninja Turtles and Avengers movie, you cowards? I want to see, Donatello team up with Captain Marvel to try and take on Thanos. Remember when I see you next time, I'll beat you. And then he explodes. So yeah, man, he'll beat me. That's the thing. Like, they call this Shredder's hideout, but it's really the beach level from the... You know what I've been trying to say. Boy, this game really is just a lot of pressing one button, isn't it? Now, you want to talk crossovers? You know who else is crossed over with the Marvel Universe? Like, everybody else. God, I can't remember exactly how it works, but The Simpsons has crossed over with the Marvel Universe. The Simpsons has also crossed over with the X-Files, which crossed over with Law & Order, which crossed over with... like TV, basically there's if you go to oh, I forget what it's called, but there was a hospital drama back in the day. I forget what the name of it was called, but basically it ended. It's like Point something or other, like Point Pleasant or Point Break. It wasn't either of those, but anyway, it was a hospital drama from back in the 80s, and it had the weirdest ending in television history, where basically it was. It turns out that the entire series had taken place inside the mind of, like, the main character's autistic son, Tommy Westfall. Like, it was all, like, his imagination. But the thing is, that show crossed over with all kinds of different TV shows, which themselves crossed over with other TV shows, which have crossed. I mean, it's been all kinds of, like, stuff. Like, it even includes stuff like Star Trek, you know, and Buffy. Like, did you know that Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Star Trek are in the same universe? Because freaking one of the companies in Angel, in like the organization's hierarchy, is one of the companies that made parts for the Starship Enterprise. Dyson Enterprise, or Dyson something, made parts for the Starship Enterprises. And supposedly that's the same Dyson from the Terminator movies. And, like, basically you can put all of 80s and 90s pop culture interlinked with itself and crossed over into one universe with this Tommy Westfall hypothesis. Seriously, look up the Tommy Westfall universe. It's friggin' crazy. I don't know why I'm just sort of off on tangents tonight. I'm really tired. Did you throw a throwing star at me? You did! Quit doing that! I may actually die here. Shell shock!
Nice, that's pretty cool. I can't remember what show it was, but one of the episodes of Xena shows props from what looked like Babylon 5 or something else in the background. Yep. I love that episode. They were in character the entire time, and while there was a friggin' TV reporter there, they worked it into the episode. Yeah, like, everything crossed over, dude. Freaking Hercules, Xena, like, I remember at one point, didn't Andromeda at one point have Kevin Sorbo say that, like, there was a supposedly a demigod somewhere in his ancestry? Which would mean Andromeda crossed over with Hercules, like he's the descendant of Hercules many, many times over. I don't remember. I remember reading about that. I didn't really watch Andromeda that much. But, like, I remember they also crossed over with Happy Days. And, like, freaking Happy Days crossed over with The Punisher, which brings in Marvel Comics, which brings in DC Comics, which brings in, like, basically every comics and anime universe you can think of. Which brings us full circle, because DC Comics is crossed over with the Ninja Turtles. So, you know, I can connect freaking Power Rangers to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and they're all in the same universe. Maybe it was props from Andromeda? It's possible. What was the name of that friggin'... It was named after the hospital. Was that show, and it was like Saint Elsewhere. That was the name of it. Saint Elsewhere was the name of the hospital. Was the name of the show. Like there's like whole websites devoted to Jesus. You must defeat my foot soldiers before you fight me. Whatever, Tetsu. Dude, I already beat your foot soldiers like 1,000,000 times. Dude, why are you throwing knives at me? You cheat! But, like, basically what it all boils down to is that all of pop culture is in this one kid's imagination. Wolfram and Hart. That's who I'm thinking of from the Buffyverse. That is the crossover point. No, I'm gonna beat this dude. But I'm gonna go in as Leonardo. Yeah, Wolfram and Hart. Wait, do I have to start all over again? Nope, okay, I'm in here. You must defeat me and my soldiers before you can face me. No, I don't. I'm just gonna walk up and hit you. See, there you go. But, like, didn't Buffy also at one point cross over with its or Angel with its villains crossover with Charmed. I think maybe that was just like in a Christmas episode. Oh yeah, Wolfram and Hart also shows up in friggin' Firefly, because Joss Whedon loves to reference his previous stuff. Which makes Firefly also part of all this. This game is pretty long, actually, and I think I might have to cut it off soon. No crossover there that I know of. Okay, I might be thinking of something else. Like, I know that they were able to bring in the Charmed ones because they crossed over with something. Maybe it was Touched by an Angel. Weren't they both on TBS? Look, it's Leatherhead again. Didn't I already fight you? You're purple now. Did you think that the reason Donatello beat you because of his fashion sense? Was that it? It might not have been a crossover. It might have been just like a shared piece of the universe, right? Like Wolfram and Hart shows up in both Firefly and in Buffy and Angel, but even though they never actually crossed over with one another. See, what I want to see is, because there's a multiverse. Hey, look, it's Rocksteady again. Because there's a multiverse in the Arrowverse, you know, the Flash and them TV shows. Jesus, buddy. You brought a gun to a sword fight? But I want to see him cross. I want to see Arrow cross over with Supernatural. Or not Arrow. I want to see Flash cross over with Supernatural. Well, Arrow too. See, once you put a multiverse in your story, then you can basically get away with anything. It basically becomes all-purpose cavity plot insulation. I can't find anything on the web about any Charmed crossovers, and I can't remember anything. There might have been references, though, I'm sure. Jesus, he has a lot of health. What, you again? I'm gonna die. That's it. No, I'm not gonna continue. Although I do like that that's the Ninja Turtles movie poster they have. Oh, I'm super tired. It's friggin' midnight. I need to sleep. I'm so looking forward to Tuesday when I can buy an air conditioner for in here. Anyway, excuse me. Thank you for watching me for this evening's stream. I had a good time. I hope you did as well. I want to say that tomorrow I'll be streaming at my regular time from 12 to 3. I don't know exactly what I'll be streaming, but I'm sure it'll be something fun. So anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you, and have a great evening. Bye, everybody. Bye, Dr. Nick.